Okay, now can I hear myself? Test. Okay, I think it sounds fine. It might be a little quiet, but can I walk away? Right? Can I go up, stand up here? Holy shit! I need a fucking. Can I stand? No, it's. I feel like it might be fine. We're just gonna have to test. Maybe I just open the gain up super a lot. Just fucking amp it up. Maybe do like a. I don't know. 'Cause now, I need to switch the audio settings. What do the little symbols mean on this microphone? Right? That's what we need to figure out. Um, Settings. Okay. Uh, okay, maybe their website will tell me. Listen, this is old. I just don't remember how to use it. Okay, where's the options? Pound. Stereo. Omnidirectional. Okay, that's what we need. Omnidirectional. Click. There we go. Now that should be what we call spicy. Now I can walk over here, right? And does it sound any better than normal? I don't know. But for some reason, there's no music. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Okay, now that's playing, right? So now we should be good to go. We've experimented, and now look at this. No headphone technology needed. I mean, my mic might be a slightly bit quieter than normal, but we're gonna have to limit test, see what the people say. What are the responses? Do they say, wow, that didn't work at all? Maybe they go, wow, that's pretty cool. Okay, it's so much quieter than it normally is. Can I get it closer? Distance is the... Okay, I should have gotten a fucking longer cable. Maybe we just up the gain. That's always the secret to make it louder. Is that even gained more? I do not know. Okay, we're gonna have to wait and see people. They trickle in. Thousands and thousands of hours it takes for this type of interaction to happen. And then we'll see if it's any better. Okay, I think I updated the title. Let's click all the way over to the chat. There. I keep the chat open all the time and it tells me when I go live. So that way, in a secret scenario, if I accidentally ever went live, I would be notified by my cellular device. And by cellular device, I mean the application I've opened on my computer. It's kind of weird not listening to music. I mean, I'm still playing it in the background to eat up the background noise, but it's not really there in my head, right? I've done this like once or twice before. I don't know if it's gonna mentally affect me negatively or positively. There's so many calculations. Okay, the volume is super inconsistent. This is what I was worried about, right? What I need is, I don't know why it's so inconsistent. At least it looks that way on my screen. It's kind of annoying. Maybe I should just put like a warning up. Messing with mic stuff today. So if it sounds scuffed, warn me. Tell me, hey, it seems the audio is a bit scuffed today. If you notify me, then I'll be able to get back with you in an adequate amount of time. But it's definitely quiet for no good reason, right? And then if we see like a shift of like 20 dB, or 10 dB, that's horrible because that's like twice as loud. If you know how the decibel system works, right? If we're paying attention to how this type of decimal system actually functions in the real world, right? And I can barely even tell how inconsistent the audio levels are. All I can do is try to speak consistently at a level and hope that it all works out in the end. But we're limit testing this. Why haven't we limit tested this before? Mainly because I didn't have this cable. And then I purchased a new cable so we could try it out. And apparently I should have got like a 6-foot one instead of a 3-foot one. But to be honest, I don't want to pay the extra $2. And it looks like that might have been what we call here in the industry a mistake, right? Which is quite unlucky. Oh. Okay, I figured out why I could barely hear anything. It's because I had the fucking volume knob turned down. Okay, that makes so much more sense. I was like, why is the audio so bad? It seems like it wouldn't be horrible. But now I'm quiet. I don't want to yell. Ugh. Maybe we just turn the music all the way down quieter than normal, and then people just be like, whoa, the stream's kind of quiet, right? But now it's super loud, so it'll be kind of like tricky to really balance it properly. But we're limit testing today. Why? Because limit testing is what's truly important in life, right? If you never test your limits, how will you ever surpass them? You know, that's a classic saying from Yoda. Oh my god. It's good. Turn that down. Now, when we can get a consistency, you know, built up over time, oh, my hips are so sore. Okay, we need to take a day off the special squat technique regiment. Okay, so now we got the improved audio, we got the improved camera quality. You know, we're kind of moving up in the world here. Let's get this kind of situated some type of way. Now, you know, we got the sun, blessed, shining down onto me, right? We got the audio experimentational settings going on. What more could we truly want? Maybe some better consistent lighting so when the sun starts to set, it's not shining into my eyeball. That is a very good point you brought up there. And while I am tempted to just simply agree with you, the problem is mostly the matter of the fact being that my god dang legs are sore as shit today. Ooh, okay, let's weigh ourselves. If you remember yesterday, we were 160. So, wait, you're really not gonna be able to hear me when I walk away. I have to like learn to just stop talking. Hey. Yesterday, we were 169. Today, we're down to 166. Lost 3 pounds just by sleeping, right? Quite expertise, quite skilled. How are the wrists going? Not bad. They feel about the same. Oh, there's like this weird feeling I get right here in my hand from just existing in this world. Actually, it's not really. It's when I go like this and I'm flexing my fingers. Ooh, it's like right here. It feels weird in a weird way. What I need, okay, is something that monitors my mic input, right? And then regulates the volume up or down. So like it's like consistent as I walk around, right? Because if I'm far away, I can tell that it's like extremely inconsistent, which is quite annoying and doesn't make any sense because I'm speaking evenly out loud. This shirt's starting to sag. Is it because my skull is too big? I don't know. What we need to do, right, is somehow maybe. Oh, God, that was not good on the knees. Yeah, so my hips are sore from all of this squatting. 105 days. You know, we've kind of added in some other things to target the hip flexor, the adductor, and by targeting these specific attributes of the self, we've ended up increasing the difficulty in the recovery time period allocation in order to regain our momentum in the forward direction for strength over time. I just realized I kind of lied because the last time I did state out loud that I was going to redo my whiteboard. And I have not done that. So I kind of scammed a little bit, you know, from a purely scamming analysis. That is mostly true. Kind of unlucky. But I did eat a potato today, some carrots. You know, that's basically a whole stew. My stomach acid plus the vegetables I ate today would make a stew. Like, why cook the stew when you could cook it inside of yourself? That's the real question, right? Yeah. So, it's kind of weird not listening, not hearing the music. You guys can't really hear it because it's like super quiet. Why? Because I was like, I need if the mic's gonna be inconsistent, I can't have the little music loud. So if someone comes in here and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's fine," then maybe we'll adjust it. I just quit touching my hair. It looks fucking weird. Okay. Yeah, so haircuts. The problem with haircuts, in my opinion, is simply the fact of the matter being that you have to go do them. And doing requires a specific amount of effort put forth through the ages, throughout time, in memoriam. I think that's a word. So, how are we going to solve that issue? I don't know, but my feet are cold. You know, once your feet become cold, they're not going to get warm unless you can warm them up externally. Why is that? It's simply because blood, right? Your blood is going to have to go in there to heat it up, right? Think about that, okay? The blood has to go into the feet to heat them up. But your blood wants to stay warm. And your blood realizes that the blood in the feet is now cold. So it's going to replace it with the bare minimum needed to survive. It's not going to put any extra blood in there because that'll just make you cold. And it's too much effort to heat your whole body up. So if you're ever wondering, why are my hands not heating up? It's because once they're cold, they're not going to get warm unless you force them to, right? Your body's not going to willfully heat up your cold hands or your cold feet. Especially if you're standing in here freezing to death. I'm used to wearing headphones so my hair doesn't get in my face when I'm moving around. It is 69.4 degrees in the Fahrenheit direction. So that is not too bad. It's a little chilly for my liking, but I can't really control how the AC works. I mean, I could. That's what a thermometer. What's it called? It's not called a thermometer. The thermostat. That's what it does. But do I really care all that much about the thermostat settings? I should, right? Because it costs me money, and money costs time. And time is finite, right? Yeah. Oh god, that was loud. Okay, let's move this. Hopefully I didn't leak anything there. I doubt it. I doubt there was a single leaked thing. I shouldn't say anything, right? If I'm afraid I'm leaking something, I shouldn't say anything because that's just going to draw attention to that specific artifact, right? Which is quite unlucky. Okay, let's get the chat open. Okay, I could see it the whole time, but you know what I mean. From a purely, why is this highlighted? It doesn't matter. Why is there a red mark here? No, okay, yeah, that should be fine. Anyway, yeah, so the mic level is just not consistent at all, but we're testing it out. It's old. This thing's like older than me. It's probably like 8 years old, to be honest. You know, I had dreams back in the day. They never got fulfilled. Oh god. Boom, push up. Push. But the biggest issue we're running into is that my legs, I did a single squat. Let's do an air squat here. Oh, god. Oh, my legs are actually dead. This is like the first day. Actually, that's not, wait. Have they ever been more sore than this? I feel like my legs have been more sore like throughout the day as been causing me difficulty to walk, so I was kind of limping around. But I feel like there's like this different kind of soreness where it's like, it's more pervasive, more invasive, more destructive, right? Not destructive as in causing destruction, but destructive as in, it's like, oh, I really, like, they really don't want to be used at all. See, we're doing whole wrist circles here. You know, most people, they do some type of curl, some type of, you know, deviation movement. But if you do an entire circle, it's kind of very similar to a shoulder circle, right? But with the wrist. And you know, the people go, oh, look how amazing the shoulder is. It can do all this. But have you looked at the wrist? I feel like the wrist has way more range of motion. Because like, Maybe not though. Because maybe like this is like the up and down of the shoulder, and then the front and the back. But then this can go all the way over here. But this can go all the way over here. I'm just trying to analyze the degrees of freedom for the wrist. And from an analytical perspective, I don't know if it's any more. I feel like it has to be more than the shoulder. Just based off this right here, the wrist has to be more degrees of freedom than the shoulder, right? So people, when they talk about how insane the shoulder is, oh, look at all this range of motion, you gotta take care of it. Look at the wrist. It's way more important. Well, I don't know about important. Really, how do you judge a joint versus another joint? What is a virtuous joint? Is it its ability to move well that makes it a virtuous joint? Or is it something else? I don't know. Oh, I'm not really hungry. I'm just kind of, tired. Ate a russet potato with a little salt. It's very high in a lot of nutrients. People don't realize this. They look at the nutrient facts and they think that is all there is to food. That's not completely true. Listen, we don't really understand what is nutriently necessary for most people, right? People assume we think we know, but we don't really know everything. Because, I think I saw something about like the vitamin C in an apple. When you like test the chemicals of the apple, it only has so much. But then when you decide to do something else than eat the apple, somehow your body actually absorbs more vitamin C than exists. It like creates it or something insane like that. Ooh, we're doing these wrist mobilization drills. I'm kind of tired. I don't get why my legs are so sore. What did we do yesterday? Okay, so we've done a couple days of the we've done a couple days of the split squats and the Cossack squats, right? And then we also did 20 rep? Yeah, judging by the weights that are on my bed right now, because I didn't put them into the proper spot, I would estimate that we were doing a 20 rep squats day yesterday. But my legs are actually gutted, right? But maybe I could do a heavier lifting session. But if I can't even do the body weight variations, I mean, I could do them, but they feel horrible. So I don't feel like it is a good, solid decision. If I had to use my decision-making faculties, what we should do right now after I did my circles, you see these depth. How do I... Like, I swear I saw, like, the ridges. I don't know. I can't get it to show up. But what was I trying to say? Okay, yeah, grip. After we've done training the forearm, the wrist mobility stuff where I'm working the range of motion. You see, it's still horrible. I want it to be like here. I want to be able to hold it. Okay, so we're gonna push my fingers down, and I'm gonna try to hold them there. Ooh, that's crampy. But that's the goal, right? My wrist mobility is absolutely horrible because I have too much goddamn muscle stacked up here, right? Kind of ridiculous. So I guess we can do the grip training, because if we think about it, right? If we use our head, we realize that the grip doesn't actually affect our legs all that much, because our grip, we're only up to like, what, 55 pounds? About 60 pounds if we count the weight of the metal spar and the handle itself. So from that perspective, it's not really all that bad. I don't think. Oh, okay. So we can do some grip stuff as we await for our legs to finally recover. I still have to... Oh, wait, we can do a Zercher. We can do a deadlift day today. The true easy day of easy days. That is not a half bad idea. I'm glad you suggested it. The Zercher lifting time. But every time I do that, I swear I aggravate the SI joint, the thing that is in charge of making sure that my um, spinal cord works properly. Oh, I need to add weight here. 2.5 pounds. We're adding 2.5 pounds whenever I feel like it, which is basically every day. Why? Because grip, it's not too bad, right? In a recovery sense, in a CNS sense. Oh, my sledgehammer! It fell over today for the first time. And I was like, dang, whoever lives below me, quite unlucky. Sledgehammers falling over. I didn't actually put it back. I just left it right here when we were messing with it yesterday. On yesterday's technological live event, spectacular bonanza. I feel like I have a crutch. It's a crutch. I feel like I use the music as a crutch in order to be able to, speak properly. I feel like my verbal flow is not working properly. And in real life, right, if this is training me to be able to, speak to other humans, I can't really afford to have a crutch in the music I listen to while I'm speaking, right? Or maybe it's on my head and I can actually just hear myself better now because I'm not wearing soundproof headphones that kill all the noise. I don't like how random the audio levels are. I feel like it's really bad. But no one's giving any negative feedback, so that means it has to be positive from our quick analytical standpoint analysis of the entire situation. Yeah. So, the grip. How is the grip going? I feel like it works pretty good. The problem is, one, I'm doing time because I needed to either do high reps, which is just annoying, or holds for time, which is not annoying, but it's hard to count and speak. The old live streamer nemesis, counting while trying to speak at the same time. It's a problem as old as Justin TV itself, right? So how do we fix it? The answer is probably I don't actually know. Do I have bad circulation? My feet are just cold today. I was wearing socks though. I guess the socks weren't enough to do it, and I took them off, and now my feet are just exposed to these frigid temperatures. It's quite ridiculous, if I do have to say so myself. Now, on the upside, how do people sit? Oh, my feet are kind of dirty, to be honest. That's sock dust, okay? Not dirt. Listen, I sweep at least once every month, to be honest. And I barely get anything when I sweep, so that means the floors must be clean. Um, Now, where were we when that was happening? We were right here, live. Who remembers the first ever workout? I do. Now, this sand, this dust, this chalk in the chalk bag. We haven't been chalking up much recently. Purely because the fatigue is too large. Muscles protein synthesis, just doesn't work out the way we wish it would. My fan just fell over. Nothing is going my way today. Our shoes, this is our running shoe. You see the toe, how it's pointed up like that? That's not natural, right? You see how elevated the heel is? That is not how humans function in reality, right? It's quite weird to think about. from that perspective. How are we as human beings, as members of a society, supposed to actually survive when we don't even know what shoes we're supposed to be putting on to our own 2 feet? Where's the research? There's all these, there's not enough research to tell if there's benefits or non-benefits for wearing barefoot shoes. I mean, what are we paying the scientists for? Where's all our tax dollars going to? It seems like that's where we want to allocate them instead of all this mumbo jumbo gene editing stuff, right? You've never seen benefits. Actually, that's not. Let's go. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out a problem. I was writing this program, right? And the problem is Rust is really all about memory safety at compile time. That's kind of an issue with what I was working on. I had an idea, a theory though. Can I call